I just wanted to take a minute and talk about the differences of a lot of fruit trees, because this is funny. When I grew up here all my life, here in Central Florida, right here in Polk County, and my uncles had lots of orange groves and probably 100 acres. And many times during the winter time, we would be freezing out there trying to get the citrus off of the trees because a freeze was coming. And if your citrus groves freeze, well, it dries up and ruins the orange crop. So we spent many times fun memories doing that. And it's funny, I never dreamed that I would ever have to buy a piece of citrus. And the difference of the citrus we had on the trees versus the ones in the stores are night and day. They just aren't delicious like they used to be. But anyway, I said that because citrus trees don't go dormant, and loquat trees don't go dormant. And that's the trees I grew up with as far as fruit trees. So when I first got my fruit trees, I've told this, that some of the mulberry trees like the Morris Nigra, the Black Beauty, and Persian, they went dormant early, and I thought they had died, and I started to dig them up. Actually, one I began digging up, and then I saw that it had a little piece of green on it, so I left it. But hilarious. And anyway, with citrus, it's interesting because citrus have to have a nice cold snap to sweeten the oranges up. And the same thing with loquats, and I'm sure other ones that I just am not familiar with, but they have to have some cold to sweeten the crop up. Whereas your figs and mulberries, if they ripen up with a little cool and not super heat, you're not going to have the sweetness. So mulberries and figs have to have a lot of heat to sweeten them up. It's funny. So this whole crop here, and it looks delicious. This is white Madeira #1. Usually it doesn't split like that, but even they're beautiful inside, but no sweetness to them. We've just gotten an unusually cold winter. We're in the 40s even at night. Next week, even a possible freeze and frost. So anyway, these figs just aren't going to ripen up good. And when I do have mulberries on the trees this time of year, they just lack the sweetness. So it's just interesting. Some fruit trees need the cold, and some fruit trees need high amounts of heat. Anyway, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas and Happy New Year. Plant lots of fruit trees. Central Florida's on 9B, and we get about only 100 chill hours.